Well, I'll try to keep my hands out of the way. This is the filter element, and it is just disintegrated. It's so old. Boy, there's not a fuel line left on this thing. Well, it's good Lord, can you see all that busted up fuel line down in there? And all that is thanks to ethanol fuel. It don't take but a year or two for fuel lines to go bad. So here's how this works. This is the primer bulb that goes right here. And you have a line going from the primer bulb into the tank, from the primer bulb to the carburetor. And from the carburetor into the fuel tank. So I gotta dump this out. Let me tip this over here. Just want to see what you're seeing here. Okay, I'm going to take the diaphragm out on the bottom of this carb and have a look at it and see if it's pliable. If it's not pliable, I'll replace it. If it is pliable, I'll just put it back in there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to replace this right first thing. Yeah, here's how I tell. This thing is crinkling, and I don't know if you can hear that. It's not supposed to make a noise. So, let me see if I got one. If not, I have one ordered. Yep. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spray just a little bit of carb cleaner down that needle valve. Watch your eyes. Put these away before I lose them. That's a filter screen and some Welch plugs. Come on, don't drop it. All right, now I got to start running the fuel lines. I may have to bring this into my other shop and sit at my desk to do this. I'm going to do that because I can't stand for this long. Alright, what I've got here is the piece of the hose that I've cut this long tail on. Just with a pair of scissors. And then I've got this wire with a piece of hook on the end of it. And they make these, you can buy these at most repair shops. And what I'm going to do is feed this wire through that hole there into the gas tank and try to pull it out the gas tank hole. I see it. Alright, there it is. And then I hook this hose into that hook. I pierce it. Come on. This is just a little bit aggravating. I've done it so much that I know it's just not going to be easy, and I expect it to be hard. Come on. Ah, there we go. Now I try to, okay, I forgot this part. I spray this hose with some oil so it'll make it a little easier going up through that hole. And then try to get it started up in this hole here. Hope you can see this. I know it's not easy seeing what I'm doing. Okay, I've got it up in there. Now I'm going to grab it with a plier so it doesn't break. I think. I'm going to break it. There we go. And before I pull it up in there too far, I'm going to put that fuel filter on there. Alright, there's one line. Now I got to run the other line right here through that hole. And it's the next size smaller. I'm probably just going to use this same fuel filter, but I'm going to blow through it, see if it's clear. Yep. Tastes delicious. And make this square. All right, I'm not going to make you watch the whole process again to get this in the other hole. Same thing, but I'll be back when I get that in. Okay, it's not Thursday, but I had a little change of plans. This is Monday, and I had more time than I thought. I had to get some work done on my truck, and I ended up not going to Texas. So here is the new bulb. I got the lines hooked up to it. I'm fixing to put that back on. Make sure you can see. Let me get up and make sure this is in the view. I will try and keep it right there. I'll try not to move it. I just did what I said I would do. So I'm going to get this carburetor all hooked up, put back together, and then since I'm going to probably ask a little more for this than I am for the others, because this is a bit nicer, a bit newer, and I think I'm going to try to get 55 for this. So I'm going to, before I put it back together, you know, all the body pieces, I'm going to clean it up real nice. I've already taken the chain off and sharpened it. All right. Now I'm going to put the carburetor back on. And the one from the tank goes to the top. I'm going to run that underneath everything. Let me double check again, make sure I'm still in the, in the viewfinder. Okay, now I'm going to cut this. Without slicing my thumb. Put it on the side here. Boy, oh boy, I'm gonna have to get in front of it. I can't do nothing with my left. All right. Now I get the throttle on it. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. Yeah, it's right. Okay. Boy, everything's harder when you're trying to record it. There, my goodness. All right, this hose here, I'm going to pull into the tank a little bit more. There we go. Because I don't want it rubbing on this. Okay. Now, Doggone it, it came out again. God, this has got to be funny watching. My hands are shaking so bad, it's very hard to control. All right. Can you believe it? Yeah, trigger come out again. Oh boy. I swear I'm gonna get it. Well, at least you get to see all the ways not to do this. Good Lord. No way. It came out again. Tell you what I'm going to end up having to do is disconnect the fuel lines. I'm going to have to disconnect the fuel lines so I'll have a little more moving around room. It's going to be hard getting them back on snug, but we'll manage. There we go. Boy. You know, I'm doing something wrong here. I may have put this in from the wrong side. I'm going to shut you off till I figure this out. When I figure it out, I'll bring you back, I promise. I'm just not going to make you sit through my goofing up. The second I shut the camera off, I had it in right. My hands were shaking so bad that I had to stop for a second. All right, let me see here. Oh yeah, I got to put the fuel lines back on. Okay, the one from the tank goes here. This one goes on the side. And when you press the bulb, what it does, it sucks. This line right here sucks into the carburetor, and it goes through the carburetor, and it sucks gas out of the tank through this line, through the filter. And the small line that attaches to it, all that does is just vent air back into the tank. So when you press in, it's pushing air into the tank. When you let go of that bulb, it's sucking gas through the carburetor. Okay, let's see. This, I made an air filter out of just some sponge. So let me get this back in there. Yeah, I'm sure there's more than one expert chainsaw repair guy that's going to drop by and have a chuckle at my difficulties, but I fix a lot of chainsaws that I get for next to nothing or free, and I sell them. I'm no expert, but I do a lot of them. Not enough to call myself an expert by any means, but I fix them and sell them. That's what I do. Alright, I just pushed that filter back in there, and I'm going to have to cut some off of that. That's just too long. No, it's not. I had it in wrong. No, still not going to work. Alright. Okay, this goes like that. I got the top holds this down, so I'm not going to put nothing back together yet until I clean this up. So I'm going to get this all cleaned up and put it back together, and then I'll crank it and show you this cranked, and I'll adjust the carburetor. So we'll be back when I get it cleaned up and to that point. Alright, so the red one that I sold and got this in partial trade for, I paid $5 for, fixed it and sold it for $45 plus this. So basically I got this for free, and I've got probably $6 into it total with hose and primer bulb, and probably 2 hours between the oh yeah, I forgot the diaphragm, so that's another couple of dollars. So I bet you I don't have more than $10 into this, and I'm going to ask $55 on Craigslist. It's a nice little saw.